100.5 NTA News.
News time, 8:29. Good morning, this is Mark Mayhew. 36 degrees in the Forest City. Those clouds will continue for the rest of the day, our high of 42. Another gun rights debate brewing in the Illinois House, as Dave Dahl has this report.
A bill to register all firearms in Illinois has passed a committee, but National Rifle Association lobbyist Todd Vandermeide says it punishes law-abiding gun owners statewide to solve the problems of just one city.
We have laws to deal with this, but since they're so interested in money, the city of Chicago lost their lawsuit over their handgun ban. They presently owe the National Rifle Association $1.7 million in attorney's fees. It would be really nice if the city of Chicago, in their quest for taxing everybody else, would just pay us what they owe us.
Registering a gun would carry a $20 fee. The original version of this bill had it at $65.
News time, 8:32. Forecast coming up.
And good morning once again at 100.5 NTA FM. Oh yeah, that's the bullet stop shot of the day. And did we hit anything? Anyway, that's a big welcome for Jim Madison, who owns the Bullet Stop Gun Shop up on Harlem. And we want to talk about a lot of things today. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, Doug?
Nice to have you aboard on this beautiful day in the neighborhood on March 1st, getting closer to that wonderful time of the year when we get out there and shoot outside, not just inside at your shop, you know.
Yes.
Do you have any connection with the Pine Tree Pistol Club, by the way? Do you guys
we support the club. We help the club with their raffles. And, we attend the show. You know, the show we attended last Sunday was well attended, had a nice day for it, and a lot of customers out there, a lot of new faces, a lot of old faces, you know. But it was a very nice show. Pine Tree puts on a wonderful show, and they have another one in the summer, and I'll be sure to let somebody know when the time comes here.
We should point out that you have a website that we're going to talk about, bulletstopguns.com, and you go to bulletstopguns@yahoo.com also. Sign up. What's the advantage of being on your email list?
Well, the email list is set up where customers can get the hot deal of the week. We send one email a week. We don't flood you with a bunch of emails. We'll keep you posted on legislative actions, anything really going on in and around the gun industry, but primarily for Bullet Stop customers to know what the Sunday sale is. And we have a hot Sunday sale every Sunday, and it draws a lot of people. And if I don't send the email, I get customers calling me, "Hey Jim, I didn't get it.
Sure.
Didn't get it. What happened?" You know, like so. And so today I'll actually get it sent today. But get on my website, gunmanjim.com or bulletstopguns.com. Sign up for the email. When you go to the website, you're going to find you'll have to select a store. Certainly, you'd want to check the Illinois store. Sign up for the Illinois email, and it's a good deal. You'll get a hot ammo deal, and this deal is exclusive to only the people who receive the email. So,
do you spend a lot of time down in Missouri too as part of your job?
Normally, mainly in the summer months. We have big sales there in the summer.
Where is that exactly?
It is in northern Missouri, just south of Ottumwa, Iowa, right on the Iowa line.
All right, know it well. All right, let's get back to the topic here. By the way, if you have questions for Jim, there are no dumb questions, just unanswered ones. That's why we do these featured shows. If you have a question about guns and gun rights and some sale items and his website, and if you want to know about the hours of the store and how you can go there and use his rifle range or pistol range, you can call us at 874-TALK, 874-8255. McDuff in the Morning with Jim Madison of the Bullet Stop Gun Shop up on Harlem Road. What's the exact address again?
2100 Harlem Road, block east of Alpine on the north side of the road.
That's the main thing to remember. Block east of Alpine on the north side of the road, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's go back to some phone calls for you. Jim Madison here from his store, the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. If you have a question, 874-TALK, 874-8255. Let's start with Jim. Good morning.
Hi guys. How you doing today?
Super.
Hey, two things, a question, but first, I think last week you were talking about the Utah CCW class, and there is going to be one in Indianapolis, Indiana on March 10th. So if anyone was looking into that, concealed carry, that's how they could go about that, I think. But anyway, my question was, with some of these like Sons of Guns and American Gun, these gun shows that have been on TV lately, have you, seen an increase in people wanting things? And then what about some of the stuff like they've done, some of the bigger full auto stuff, and how would you go about some of that? I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Jim.
I've seen just a few of these shows, and they are just kind of what they are. They're TV shows, for entertainment purposes, I almost believe, because some of the stuff they're doing on these shows is pretty radical. And no, I guess to answer the question, I have not seen an increase of people wanting to do some of the radical things they do. We don't do any of the full auto conversions. Some of the licensing required is done through the federal government. It's very, very, very complicated to get that type of licensing. But no, they do some pretty crazy things. There has been a drive in accessories from these shows. A lot of guys see, hey, a scope or a mount or something on that program. Hey, I saw one on that show. But as far as us doing the actual work, no, I've not seen any increase at all. I sure haven't.
It's like when I watch an antique show, and then they pull some of my junk out and bring it down and say, yeah, it's worth $100, and on that show it's worth $10,000 or something because it's a rare one. Let's go to the phone. Sharon, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Super.
You mentioned I'd like you to mention your website again through the program here. But what I wanted to know about, you mentioned something about legislative, and I think I heard this morning that gun registration and a 2% tax on ammunition went through the Senate, if I heard it correctly. Now it goes to the House. And
I don't know. I didn't actually hear the broadcast, but I do know, like on an ammunition tax, a lot of people don't know, ammunition is currently taxed. There's an 11% excise tax on ammunition now. And obviously the state of Illinois is trying to, through 1 or 2%. They want a little tax money out of it, too. Some states do tax ammunition, like Kentucky, for instance. When you buy ammunition, there'll be the little tax stamp on the bottom of the box, like you'd see on a pack of cigarettes, maybe the tax stamp,
Yeah.
So Illinois is obviously wanting to get into this. This handgun registration thing they're trying to do that's $65 per gun, I truly don't think it'll pass. It is just truly too radical. I just think,
it is.
Yes, I just think it's too radical. I just don't see that passing.
Well, that 2% was supposed to go for the person that evidently sponsored that bill. It is supposed to go for crime treatment centers or something, or people that are injured. I mean, it's just ridiculous what they can find an excuse for here.
Well, it's a Chicago bill. Let's face it.
So the legal gun owners.
And I've been in your place in Bullet Stop there, and I just love it. It is. There's like little things that I have not discovered yet, and you've got so many things. And whenever there is something that we ask you about, you can order it. It is really nice. So we've been a long-time customer of yours.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Appreciate that. EJ, good morning. Hello, EJ.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I do believe they passed that one bill that you were talking about at 65, but it went through at $20 per gun.
I see. And it still has to pass the House then.
Yes.
Am I right on this?
I'm
not up.
Senate first, yeah.
Senate first, okay.
Right.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Man.
No, that's good, thanks. McDuff in the morning on 100.5 NTA FM. We're talking with the owner. He and his son and his wife are the, I guess, co-owners of the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. We're talking about the one here, not in Missouri, but you can go down there, too, and visit them.
And she asked about the website again.
Yeah.
And it is bulletstopguns.com. Or you can just email me directly, bulletstopguns@yahoo.com. Very simple. And just, send me an email, say, Jim, I want on the list. I'll get you on.
We should tell people that are just listening for the first time where you are and your hours.
Okay, well, we're Loves Park, Harlem and Alpine, block east of Harlem and Alpine at 2100 Harlem. We're there Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 5, Sunday, 10 to 2, and Sunday's the big sale day. And get on the email list, and you'll know what the sale is.
Why don't you give us a hint?
Give you a hint. This week here...
this Sunday, yeah.
This Sunday...
Is it going to be a rifle, a shotgun?
It's going to be a rimfire pistol. It'll be a reasonable 22 plinker, springs around the corner, an American-made lifetime warranty gun, priced right.
So show up there from 10 to 2 this Sunday.
Yes.
And see the special, or get online, as you said, get on the email list to get the hot deals, too, even free stuff once in a while, right?
Yeah, we do that. There's times, Doug, I'll email a serial number to a gun, to all my customers.
Yeah.
The first customer to come in the store and find the gun gets it for free.
Wow.
So that fills the room full of customers.
I would imagine.
So, you say if you got a slow afternoon, let's email a number out.
Sure.
And don't break any speed laws, but get here, check it out, and get a free gun.
Deals on guns, ammo, holsters, free stuff. Go to the website, bulletstopguns.com, and sign up. Bulletstopguns.com or bulletstopguns@yahoo.com. You got it all covered, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
If you have a question for the man, he's here, Jim Madison. He owns the place, and we're here to talk on the radio about the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. Our number, 874-TALK, 874-8255. McDuff in the morning till 9 o'clock. Then Kenny takes over as usual. We were off yesterday, so fear not, we're all back at it today on 100.5 NTA FM. Let's go back to the phones. And Mick. Hi, Mick. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
How are you doing?
Good.
I had a question about concealed carry.
Sure.
Why is it always concealed carry? Why can't you, for instance, wear a gun on your hip?
Right. Well, there is open carry in some states, and there's no provision for that here either. But, in some states, it's legal to open carry with no permit. I mean, you can just open carry and be pumping gas at the gas station with one on your belt,
Now, is that in the sparsely populated states? That's what the Democrats in Illinois usually try and tell you.
Exactly.
So, therefore, we're too crowded. We got too much urban crime. That's why we don't want it here.
Right.
But since when do the criminals register their guns anyway?
Exactly.
That's what I'd like to know.
Exactly.
And do they ask for a permit for concealed carry? No.
No, they never do. They never do. Yeah, they're, Doug,
one of the dumbest laws we got in this state.
Did you know
Thanks, Mick.
There is registration of guns in the city of Rockford? A lot of people didn't know that. There is not in Loves Park, where my store is, but the city of Rockford actually registers handguns. And so they don't charge for it. But
just handguns?
Just handguns.
Okay.
If you buy a gun at a gun dealer
Yeah.
in the city limits of Rockford, they actually register you with the police in Winnebago County. And a lot of customers don't know that. So my customers, I get a lot of business from people in Loves Park because they know if they buy a half a dozen guns from Jim over there, nobody knows but me and them. But if they buy guns over at Gander Mountain or another competing store in Rockford, they actually have to register them with the city. And the city,
and it isn't their fault; it's the fault of the state.
Old city law.
The city.
Yeah, it's an old city law. There's gun registration in a lot of suburbs of Chicago. A lot of little towns have their own little registrations. And this new law they're proposing is obviously wanting to do something statewide.
Our number, 874-TALK, 874-8255. You want to talk to Jim Madison, the proprietor, owner, co-owner, I guess you have to be fair about that, Bullet Stop Gun Shop here and in Missouri. Give us a call. Jim will answer your questions. Jim Madison here. They also have an opportunity. If you buy a handgun there, you qualify for membership in their indoor pistol range, and they charge, I think, $10 an hour, if I remember right.
Sure, Doug.
And it's a good thing to know. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 5. Jim Madison here. Let's go to the phones. Dave, good morning.
Morning, gentlemen. On a semi-automatic handgun, now, I personally have seen this, especially with gangbangers. They always hold it sideways. And I was just asking you, if you want the best style of shooting, what would be the best way to hold a semi-automatic handgun? And I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
Okay, well, great question. And again, let's go back to TV and entertainment. That's what they've seen on the TV and seen on the movies. If you hold a gun sideways, Doug, there's a pretty good chance it won't work. They're not designed to run upside down, sideways, backwards. They're designed to be.
So that's theatrical.
They're designed to eject shells and function. Being held in a position that's natural. But I'll tell you, when you hold them to the side, they will. They won't feed. Okay, but think of it this way, Doug. If you want to look down the sights of a gun, you certainly wouldn't want to hold it sideways. I mean, you wouldn't be able to even see the sights.
What's the point then?
I believe it came up. Yeah, I believe it came off something off of a movie down the line, and they picked it up. Yep.
Dennis, good morning. You're talking to Jim Madison.
Good morning. I have to admit I know nothing about guns, but the way things are going here, I have very seriously considered buying one just to have in the house. But if I do, I want everything done properly. I want it registered. I want the FOID card. I want everything. And I would like to, I'd like to be able to learn to shoot. And like I said, it's strictly for security and hope I never have to use it. But the question is, if you were to buy a gun, do you have a service where you can apply for like gun registration and FOID cards? And like I say, I'm sorry, I don't know about any of this stuff. So can you do it through your shop, or do you have to go somewhere else to get it registered and get the FOID card?
Well, no, it's a good question.
And I'll hang up.
Sir, you could just come out to the store. We can get your FOID card started. Illinois is behind on them. 6-8 weeks normally to get a FOID. Once you get your FOID, you can stop out. We can show you how to run the gun, help you select a gun, take you to the range. We can shoot it and make sure you're totally comfortable with it before you leave. And back to the registration, there is no registration. Illinois gun owners are registered if they have a FOID card. I mean, they register the gun owners, not the guns themselves. Illinois knows who has guns. They're the ones with the FOID cards. So once you've got your FOID card, you're absolutely safe. And if you ever go to transfer or sell the gun, on the back of the FOID card is instruction on how to transfer the gun to the next party.
And what about state to state?
Handguns have got to stay in the state they originated in. So but a long gun, you can transfer over.
Very good. Let's go to Charlie. Charlie, you're talking to the proprietor of the Bullet Stop Gun Shop.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi.
I had a quick question. I know that you, Jim, are involved with the local and national the gun initiatives and such, and I'm wondering if you are seeing any participation or support from local law enforcement. The reason I ask is I see that our own police chief in Rockford recently changed his stand. He used to be pretty anti-gun, and now he's changed and said he's neutral. So are you getting some support from some of our local officials?
Absolutely. We very, very much are. And, it's statistics say if we've got concealed carry, crime drops. And, their jobs are hard. Law enforcement jobs are tough in this town, And I see, 50 officers a day in the store buying something, and they all have the same opinion, like, good Lord, we need help.
Well, the rank and file cops, I've known over the years, most of them have been that way, but sometimes some of the chiefs were against it.
Right. But
I think you're right, Doug. That's normally what it was the Police Chiefs Association.
Not all of them, but
not the officers on the street.
Right, right. That's what I've learned over the years, and I was a member for years of the Illinois Police Association. Used to go to meetings with Freddie Spear, and that kind of died off when Freddie got out of the business full time, and I stopped going. But I got to know a lot of the good cops and sheriff's department and state police, and they were all way back for concealed carry and for a lot of things that you'd think they might not be for.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, thanks very much.
All right. Thanks, Charlie. McDuff, morning guy. 1-815-874-TALK. 1-815-874-8255. McDuff in the morning, every day, 5 to 9, Monday through Friday. Special guest is Jim Madison from the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. And he wants you to know about his website, bulletstopguns.com. Sign up and get on their email list to get those hot deals. All about deals on guns and ammo and holsters and free stuff. And, of course, every Sunday the sale from 10 to 2 at the Bullet Stop. And they're still buying things. What are you buying this week?
Well, I'll buy any gun or gun-related item. If you've got an old holster, you've got a reloading press in the basement. If you've got a box of gun stuff, gun books, anything gun-related, I'll buy.
What about old shells?
Old shells are good.
Really?
I like those, yep.
Okay.
If they're too old to shoot, they look good on the mantle. People buy them for displays.
Yeah.
It's Yep, absolutely.
My question is, I still got a bunch of Winchester 12-gauge shotgun shells from like the 80s. Are they still good?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I kept them in the box. I kept them dry. They're not out in the garage or the basement or anything. They're kept dry. I always say keep your powder dry.
Would you believe, Doug, that if you had kept that ammo as good as you've kept it, it'd still be good from the 1880s?
Wow.
Good
to know.
Ammunition just doesn't go bad unless it's been tarnished.
Let's go to, I think, Scott. Scott, good morning.
Hey, yes. I will admit my guilt to being like kind of like a butt-in listener, but I just caught the comment that you couldn't transfer a handgun state to state, that it had to stay in the state that it was registered in. I don't believe that's true. I think you can. You just got to go through a person with a federal firearms license, like a licensed dealer.
Correct. Here's how it works. If you want to transfer a gun to your buddy in Wisconsin, you legally have to go to a gun shop and have the gun dealer transferred over the line. And that's civilians are not allowed to just take their guns over the state line and sell them to their neighbor across the state line.
Right. So I'm just clarifying for the listeners though, because when you said it, you.
Well, he was saying you and me couldn't do it by ourselves. Is what he was saying.
Right.
Sorry?
Right.
You and me can't do it by ourselves. You have to have a legal gun dealer.
You got to go through a licensed dealer to do it, but it is possible.
Right.
The comment that you made it sound like it wasn't possible.
Well, I'm glad you cleared it up for us.
I wanted to clarify that.
You got it, buddy. Thank you. Let's go to Ken. Ken, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Uncle Doug.
Oh, this is Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom. Doug, glad to hear you back here today.
Thank you.
Jim, at the Bullet Stop, will you tell us when your next set of classes were for training for at-home use of people who want it for at-home protection? And I'd also like to say I'm glad you're coming back on a regular basis. You and Kurt's Auto Care are a couple of the top sponsors I like to hear from. Thank you.
Good. Well, here's how the training works. We have a certified NRA instructor that works for us, and what he does is you actually book it with him. I'll give you his cell phone number. He looks at his schedule book. He likes to do them in the evening, so it could happen. If you called him today, he might squeeze you in tonight. It might be first thing in the morning. He'll do it early Sunday. He'll fit you in where he can fit you in. But he does do a Wisconsin concealed carry. That's the big story in Wisconsin. They're carrying up there, and he puts together small groups now and does those on a regular basis too. But it is scheduled through the instructor, with the exception of people that are buying new handguns and need a little help. We'll walk out and help them out as we can there too.
All right, welcome to the show. If you're new to our audience, this is about the 4th or 5th show for our friends from the Bullet Stop Gun Shop, and a very popular guest. If you have a question, get on the horn right now at 874-TALK, 874-8255. You want to talk about registration, you want to talk about the laws in the state of Illinois, you want to talk about their indoor pistol range, you want to talk about buying or selling guns, ammo, reloading material, military stuff. You can go to gunmanjim.com. The website is bulletstopguns.com to sign up and get their email list with all the hot deals and the Sunday specials, etc. And, some things you should know about the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. First, they're the oldest gun shop in State Line area. I knew of Jim Madison before I even knew the name of the gun shop. Your name is familiar with the Madison name is synonymous with gun shops over the years. And the oldest gun shop in the State Line area, over 100,000 guns sold. You ought to put that up like McDonald's did when they sold their millionth hamburger.
Not crazy. Now, that was just me and my store, from 1988. But, of course, Dad sold guns, and brothers had stores. And with all our numbers, we're over 200,000 within the family.
Yeah, and it's family-owned and operated, 4th generation. Now, you used to sell wholesale bait and tackle.
Yeah, that's where this all started out. Dad.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dad sold wholesale bait and tackle up and down the Mississippi. He had a fleet of vans, and he used to. And we called them crawler haulers, and Dad used to drive these old vans, and then picked up some guns along the way, and it became the gun business in later years.
Did he ever stop along Clinton, Iowa area?
Absolutely.
Because I used to, as a young kid, I spent a lot of time in Clinton, and I fished in a little place called Sebula.
Sure.
I know it. And one of the branches off the... Great fishing to this day back in there. I just haven't been there so long. We brought back great memories of seeing those barges and boats going down the mighty Mississippi, and you throw a line in, you never know what the hell you're going to catch. It was great.
Absolutely.
Great days. Anyway, so you used to sell, that's a cool history thing, up and down the old Mississippi, selling wholesale bait and tackle, and then you got into the gun thing.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. That's a little history I didn't know about. 874-TALK, 874-8255, our number. You want to talk to the proprietor of the Bullet Stop Gun Shop. Mr. Madison is here. Pat, good morning.
Good morning, Pat.
Hello, Pat.
Yeah, Jim, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I've got a 1911 Colt, and in your range, can you shoot the full metal jacket? Probably not, but...
No, absolutely. That's actually what we prefer. It's a little cleaner, and we prefer to shoot new ammunition now over reloads. In past years, we used to shoot a lot of hand loads. They're dirtier, and we just soon shoot brand new ammunition if we can.
Yeah, but that full metal jacket will go through anything.
No, they're safe in our range. It's our armor plate type range. Yeah, very good. No problems whatsoever.
Okay, and how do we get in the range?
Just call the store at 815-654-7550 to make an appointment.
Okay, is your son Steve?
Yep, absolutely.
He's cleaning my gun.
Okay, and actually, I think,
my 1911.
You know what? Actually, he finished it yesterday, so you could come get it today.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it's done.
Does he have it shooting straight?
Yep, I think so. You check it out. He'll be there in the morning with you there.
Oh, okay, all right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
This is like a party line. You know everybody that's calling in almost.
Just about.
Anyway, we're here talking about, guns and all related topics. And if you have a question, there are no dumb questions, just unanswered ones. That's why Jim does this show. Jim Madison here. Our number, 874-TALK, 874-8255. It's been very busy on the phones. I tell you the number right now because now it's a good time to get through. Now the lines are open again at 874-TALK, 874-8255. You have a gun question about their shop, about the range, about sales, about their history, about Illinois law, whatever. 874-TALK, 874-8255.
Sir, I want to let you know something about the trigger lock law. Have you heard about this trigger?
No.
Okay, well, you know there's a federal law that says I have to provide a trigger lock with every single handgun sold. So, of course I do. But I want the listeners to know, if you have guns in the house, you got kids in the house, you can come out to the Bullet Stop. I'll give you a free trigger lock. If you've got guns you need locked up or need to secure, I'll absolutely give them away for free. I've got boxes of locks. I'll be more than glad to provide them. And I understand the local sheriff's department does the same thing. It's a service to the community.
That's good to know.
And
yeah.
But yeah, if you think you need a trigger lock or you got a gun you want to lock up, you come see me. I'll make sure you get the proper lock.
Very good. Let's go to the phones. David, good morning.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Say, I have a question. I was up in Beloit yesterday, and I came out of a gas station, and there was this big, tall fella, and he had a 45 Glock on his side, fully exposed. I thought that was a concealed carry law in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know their exact laws in Wisconsin, but I do believe it is concealed carry. Some states, if you have a concealed carry, you can carry exposed, but I'll tell you, I don't believe Wisconsin's one of them. So definitely unusual.
Very surprised.
Did you hang around to see if he was holding up the place or what?
No, he was talking.
Okay.
He was just walking out.
All right.
He was showing off.
Yeah, showing off, yeah.
Basically, yeah. I just wondered if it was legal, because I hadn't seen it yet.
Nah, I haven't either. Not there.
So, okay, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Could have been a cop, too, right?
Yep.
Who knows?
Yep.
That's no problem. I'll pick it up later. Let's go to the phones. Bob, good morning. Hello, Bob.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I have a question. I called in the other day and was right at the tail end of the session, and I didn't quite get my full question answered. I was asking about a handgun that has some kind of an RF or a trigger enable, where you wear something on your hand that
Sure.
allows the gun
I do remember the
to work
question.
in your hand.
Yes, sir.
And is such a thing available on the market?
It is not. There's
Oh,
been
okay.
concepts, prototypes. The state of California is working on a thing like that now to try to make some kind of a ring where if you weren't wearing the ring, the gun wouldn't work. But
Thanks, Bob. We'll get last call, Ken. Ken, good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Jim, I want to know, is a fanny pack illegally considered a gun case? I'll hang up and listen.
Okay,
All
is a
right.
fanny pack considered to be
It
a
is
gun
not.
case?
Illinois law is wrote where the gun has to be in a case suited for the purpose. You can't roll your gun up in a blanket because that's not a case suited for the purpose. So a fanny pack would not fit into that. If it was in your car, I'm sure you'd be okay. But if you were, walking to the range, walking away from your car, you best have a case that's actually a gun case because that's the way the law is wrote.
Once again, it's always a pleasure having you. You always get a lot of calls. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 5. That Sunday sale is going on from 10 till 2, this Sunday included. Go to the website, bulletstopguns.com, to sign up. Get all kinds of stuff on their email list. Get hot deals on guns and ammo and holsters, free stuff, etc. Get on that email list today. Go to either bulletstopguns.com or bulletstopguns@yahoo.com. Otherwise, just show up there on Harlem, east of Alpine.
Right. Block East Alpine, north side of the road.
Phone number?
654-7550.
See you soon.
See you soon. Thanks,
Thank you.
Doug. Have a nice morning.
Ken DeCoster and Company coming up next after the 9 o'clock news. 100.5 NTA FM McDuff. See you downtown tomorrow at Studio One.